Hello YouTube friends, how are you enjoying these Meet the Maker videos? You've seen Kerry making this fantastic soap which smells absolutely delicious, and I'm busy wrapping that up now to put into the Christmas boxes. My son John is a woodworker and he agreed to make these soap dishes that the soap can sit on next to your bathroom sink or wherever you have it. So this next bit of video that you're going to see is my son in his joinery workshop doing the mass production, the production line of these soap dishes for you. Here it comes now. I love how these boxes have all become a lovely family affair, because there's my son making these for you. My daughter, you'll see her, Martha, in a few videos time. She's doing something for the Christmas boxes. My daughter-in-law Anna is filming and editing them all for you, so it's a proper Last Homely House family affair. So enjoy this video that's coming now of my son in his workshop playing around with wood for you.
Okay, so I am at the workshop with Johnny and he is making a prototype for the soap dishes that are going to go in the Christmas box. What's the plan?
Hi everyone. Like she says, just making a prototype for the soap dish for the Christmas boxes. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying out the different profiles that I'm going to run on the timber that'll work for the soap dish. So started off with this one, and the first trial was that. So it's going to have the soap on. So it's going to have the soap on like that. But I thought that it was a bit too, that they were too sharp. So I got a bigger piece of timber out. I'm happy with that. See what I mean? So the soap now sit on there, and then, you know, any water off the soap after it's been used will just run away.
Yeah.
You know?
What kind of timber are you using?
Well, I've thought about this quite carefully, because obviously the different timbers react to water in a different way. So I've gone for elm, English elm, because it's really water resistant. They used to make wheelbarrows and buckets out of it, and they also made stuff to go in mines, which were really wet. So I figured that this is a sort of timber that doesn't mind getting really wet. The other thing is that if you choose a light timber like ash, which I was testing this sample on, when it gets wet, it'll get discoloured, and it'll look a bit messy, scrappy. So I thought that wasn't appropriate. So light timber's out.
Yeah.
And then oak, obviously everyone loves oak, but when oak gets wet, it leaches a black tannins out of it. So you don't want black tannins on your sink.
No, that would be bad.
I thought oak's out.
Okay.
But then I thought, well, if they made buckets out of elm's the stuff, and it's really amazing timber.
Beautiful.
This hasn't been oiled up yet, so you don't really see the full colour. But
have you got a bit of oiled up?
Yeah, I'll go and get a piece. So this is elm. Is that a good light? This is elm. And it's really, amazing. Orangey, browny, chocolate browns and greens, and beautiful. You get this lovely shimmer in the grain.
Does the colour of it change over time?
It gets darker and nicer. So that's one of the nice things about elm. So I thought it would be a nice timber to use. It's also really rare now because there was a disease in England where all the elm trees died, so there aren't many at all left. But we've got still got some stock, so I've got enough that I can use for this. So these trees are from about 100 miles away from Northumberland in Dumfries and Galloway, and they are some of the last ones that still, you know, we were still able to get. So there's not much of it left. But I'm just trying to work out what the profiles will be. And I want
So explain what profile is.
Alright, so these cutters go in this machine and they cut that like that, like
okay.
that. So we've got lots of different profiles, and I thought this would work well for the top. And then I was thinking for the bottom to maybe go for like a gentle curve, just one curve like that. I don't know what you guys think. Well, we'll make the prototype and we'll show Mother and see what she says.
Yeah, good plan.
So I'm just putting this, so this is the profile I'm going to use. So I'm just going to put that in the machine. And then, so we'll machine the first part, and then we'll finish it the rest by hand.
So these are all the profiles?
Yeah, these are all the other profiles. So this is all the other stuff that it could, but these are all the options basically.
Do you have one that you use more than any of the others?
Yeah, we use, this is like the overload cut, that's the window moulding cutter.
Ah.
But now actually we're using this more. So that just cuts a lot more, you know, that cuts the whole window at the same time. So the block that I showed you is now on the, so that's going to spin very fast. And then the timber will run through here, and then that will be cut out here.
Okay.
So we've obviously put all the guards on.
Yeah. And
then we've also got dust extraction, so that when it makes shavings, all the shavings get like taken away. But it's really noisy, so when it runs, it's going to be not going to be able to talk or anything.
Okay. Good. I have a vested interest in this, YouTube friends, because I've wanted a soap dish for about 5 years, and I keep saying to Johnny, oh, can you please make a soap dish? And he's like, yeah, definitely will. So I feel like, do I get the very first one?
Yeah, you can have the first one, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm happy to take this and show it to Mother, and we'll see what she thinks of the shape. So it just needs to cut to size, and then just give it a quick sand, and then a bit of oil, and then happy with that. So we'll choose how long it's going to be. Doesn't want to be too big, does it?
No.
100. So,
looking good.
Yeah.
Nice. I would have that in my bathroom.
Yeah.
Our bathroom.
So now we need to do it, give it a little sand. Put a bit of oil on it now so everyone can see what the colour's like.
Hi, John. So, what, have you got something to show me? Oh, that is gorgeous. Oh, it sits beautifully, and then it'll drain, and the soap will sit on top of that. What an amazing soap dish. Oh, it smells nice too. What's the finish?
Danish oil.
You've Danish oiled it. Can I help you do that when we
Yeah,
get to
yeah,
that
yeah,
stage?
yeah.
I'd love to.
Because it's just the prototype, so if you want to change any of it, you can.
I don't want to change a thing. How easy was that to make?
You know, sort of medium level.
Because you drew that last night
I did, yeah.
and you've made it.
I've managed to make exactly what I drew.
You have.
It's good, isn't it?
That is I really like it. And that's so Kerry's bar of soap will sit on top of that beautifully.
Yeah, well, it's a bit wider than I think
Yeah.
normal bars of soap, but that's enough to fit Kerry's bar of soap. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, John.
It's all right.
So you're just going to go into production now?
Yeah, make 300 of them. Take a while.
It will, but I'll help you. Thank you.
You filming?
Yeah.
Been a long day.
How many have you done?
Probably, these are all the ones I've done. And I've got those ones to do. So I reckon I've done 3/4, maybe more.
That's good.
Yeah.
What are you doing now? Just
Well, they've been machined, right? So I've done all the different machining on them. And now I need to see this here. So all of those soft raggy bits, need to take them off. So I just do the edges. I'm going to do those edges. And then I do the curve. And then I do the little grooves. And it's done. And I do the 233rd. So they're properly handmade, you know, it's not like a machine does it all. The other thing that I was thinking about them is that they're all made from the same few trees. So even though they all get cut up into tiny pieces, it means that everybody gets on the channel gets to have a little bit of the same tree.
So what we've got here is we've put some bin bags on the table. I've taken my really good new cutting mat off the table, and John's here to...
Hello, YouTube friends.
John's just come from work because what he's going to get me started doing is we'll show you. So a few layers because I've got loads of this newspaper.
We should also tell them that we're in a bubble, so we're allowed to be in the same house
Yeah.
together, right?
Yeah, because
As mother's an adult on her own, she's allowed one.
I'm allowed a
other
bubble.
household.
I'm allowed one more household. Is
So
that
that's
right?
Us and Anna, yes.
And so
So that's
it's
all legal.
confusing because
But it's all fine.
just recently, I mean, as recently as yesterday, all the guidelines and they were
Changed up.
changed, and I still don't know, quite understand. Anyway, we're all right. We're bubbling. I'm going to take this off because I don't want to dip it in finish. I'm going to put an apron on. John has made all the soap dishes now.
312 of them.
312.
There's a lot of work.
Not all of them for the boxes, but it's been a lot of work. Have you chosen the very, very nicest one to give to Anna?
We can pick that when we're ordering them.
Okay, and you all deserve one of these also. So what we're doing today then is we're getting a little production line going. I'll angle you down so that you can see. And I'll bring a box over. So here are lots of soap racks here. So let's see if we can fit as many as we can on here. And what have you got there? Oh, Danish oil. That's really good stuff.
Superior.
Superior Danish oil. I didn't know we were going to be Danish oiling them.
Well, they need a finish on them.
I know, but I didn't know they were going to be anything as posh as Danish oil. I like the smell of Danish oil. Well,
You'll have to.
let's see whether I still do in half an hour's time, eh? So should I be putting them on here?
No, we'll just pick
We'll
one
do
out.
them and
We'll
then
oil
put
it
them on
and then
here.
we'll-
Okay, I'm going to wait and be told. Do you have... Oh, you've got everything. You've got a cup of tea? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All good. Okay, teach me how.
Get the brush.
On the bottom first.
That's maybe a bit thick,
Okay.
so you don't need as heavy a brush.
Oh, okay. Right, well, I'll wipe some of it off onto here then.
Exactly, yeah. So it's wants to be about that much.
Thinner, Kate, thinner. Right, so I'll take quite a lot of this off here.
Yeah, so just don't get as much on your brush.
I won't. Less on my brush.
But then you do want enough to have fully covered it too.
Yeah, absolutely. So that you can tell me whether I'm doing these right or not. That was nice. Mind you, I'm going to say that about all of them, aren't I?
Well, what's nice about them is that they're all totally individual.
Yeah, really different, all of them.
But at the same time, they all come from the same couple of trees. So everyone who gets one,
is all connected by those trees.
Exactly, yeah.
And you were telling me, well, Anna did all the filming of the video in the workshop, but you were telling her that they're from Dumfries and Galloway?
Yeah. That, because obviously there was the disease. The elm got the disease, right?
Yeah. Dutch elm disease.
And it wiped out. The elm is really, really common for in all of England. But then after the disease, it wiped it out in most of the UK, but in the very west, there's still a bit.
So in the west of Scotland.
No, the west coast of Scotland,
yeah.
And in a bit in Wales and a bit in Cumbria.
And they're still okay there.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
There's even some live trees.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, this is going to be a lovely job. Yeah, I can cope with that smell.
You sure?
Yeah, absolutely I can. Less oil on my brush, yeah? Yeah, I can cope with that. In fact, that's my night sorted, isn't it? Find a good movie on Netflix. But you've never made a production line of soap dishes like this before, have you?
No, and probably won't again,
No.
so that's it.
But then, while we were thinking about this, it might be quite nice if you made some things next year to put in the shop.
Yeah.
If we can think of products that...
Well,
maybe...
only if these guys are interested.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, I'm not going to...
No, we're not going to give them...
If they would be interested in it, in that sort of thing, then I don't mind, but I'm not sure if...
Well, we'll see
See what they say, eh?
We'll see what they say. But I think it'd be lovely to have you you doing stuff for the shop.
Well, it's nice that people could maybe have a little piece of Northumberland or north of England.
Yeah, in wood, and in your skill as well. That's what's been nice about the boxes is, Anna's been very involved with making the videos. Martha, we haven't seen what Martha's done for the boxes yet. I think that's coming in tomorrow or the day after. But my daughter Martha has been involved in doing something for the boxes too. And then you, and it's been a proper family affair. I've really enjoyed it. So what if we do as many as we can fit on here, and then these will dry overnight, and I'll just keep going until...
Yeah, well, I'll come back and help you.
How long will these take to dry?
It's warm in here, so they should dry.
They'll be dried
overnight.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
And then I can stack them?
Yeah, once they're dry, they can get stacked together.
All right, I like that one.
Well, there's some really nice grained ones. Well, they're all nice. I think that's why I chose elm, is because even you know, the straight grain, like boring ones.
Well, this is a straight grain one, but it's lovely.
It's got a lovely warm colour. It's a really nice timber. I think there's an American elm too.
Is there?
Yeah, I think so. And I think it's a little bit similar to this stuff.
Okay.
But this is
British elm.
It's wych elm.
Is it?
Yeah. English elm is like almost completely extinct.
So this is wych elm.
Yeah.
There's great variation going on here.
Well, that's what's nice. Is, you know, it's all, they're not just
yeah.
They'll all be totally different.
Look at that one. Isn't that amazing? Oh, look at that. That's good. Oh, maybe I need a soap dish. I have got a soap dish, but I think I could probably manage another, don't you? I love these.
That's it. That's
the last one we can do on this space now. Look at all the different colours through the camera. Can you see?
Yeah.
All the different colours there are.
Super light ones, super dark ones.
Look, I didn't use all of that at all. So tomorrow then, I'll do some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant.
Well, I'm going to go home now.
I know, you need to go home for your tea now, don't you?
Yeah.
And I'm going to have something that smells a bit of Danish oil.
Sorry, Mother.
No, it's all good. Don't be sorry. It's absolutely brilliant. The hands don't smell because I've had the gloves on. Oh, thanks, John. So see John again soon.
Yeah, see you guys.
Bye. I'm filming in my bathroom, which is not somewhere I usually film from. But I wanted to show you the soap dishes. I've been doing a trial of John's soap dishes for about a week now, just to see how they react to being wet and having soap on them. So we're going to have a little look at that now. I thought you might like to see what Martha painted around my bathroom mirror many years ago. Now, and hello. So, can you see that there's a white paint and then there's a sort of a creamy paint there? There used to be a different mirror there, completely different, with a shelf along there and quite different. So I took that one down because I liked this one, but then it left all this edge around the outside here, which was the wrong colour. And I thought, well, I could just get the paint out and paint round that. But why would you do that when you've got a daughter like Martha? So Martha came one day and just painted these beautiful flowers in all the spaces where the old colour used to be. I'll turn that off because that means you can see them a little better. There we go, that's better, isn't it? And so there we are. I love it. It's just a frame around a frame. Okay, but that's, oh, you see, look at this. I'm in the bathroom and Norma's come to say hello. Now, what I want to show you though is this little setup here. So not that one, I'll show you these ones first. So these are 4 of John's soap dishes here. And all sorts of bits and pieces of other things. And I wanted to test them out. That's Kerry's soap. That's Kerry's soap. That's a soap that I bought from a shop in Cumbria, another handmade soap. And this one, I don't know whose soap this is, but this is handmade soap as well. So they're all of them handmade soaps. And what I've been doing is washing my hands with them all for about a week or so, just to see how these soap dishes respond to being a little bit wet. Now, this one here, this one's got my solid shampoo on it here. And this is a tiny little thing. And that's the one that we kind of based our design on. So, yeah. And so, but why I'm showing you that one is you can see that it's, it's wet. This is beechwood and this is pretty wet, like you might imagine. So I'll put that one back over there. And then I'm going to set the camera up so that you can see how these guys respond to being wet. So the soap sits on the soap dish and is wet. All of these soaps, the slippery things, I've been sitting on here, and I've been using, as I say, I've been using these for about a week. So you might imagine that the water will discolour the paler coloured ones, only because it's wet, not because it's discoloured. And then, so this is this is how it looks like so. And then Anna and John and I, our concern was that there would be any mark on the bottom of the soap, and occasionally there is. It's like the Danish oil transfers to the soap, but you can see it's not happening at the moment on any of these. I think what I'm saying is that if you get a little bit of discoloration on your soap and the wet on your soap dish in the first few days of use, that's pretty normal. I think that's what we can expect to happen. And so there's a very strange look inside my bathroom, which will almost certainly never happen again. And during this experiment, I've had the cleanest hands and the wrinkliest pruny fingers while I've been doing this little experiment. And look at us all, look. Do we go on into infinity? Let's see if that happens. Oh, very strange.